starting with your mixed martial arts career, like did that already start as a kid in Hawaii, or was that something that you kind of like really got into like once you made the move?
It was so I started in Hawaii. Well, I'm originally a football player, American football, not soccer. But
Or rugby, as we
uh
like to call it.
or rug yeah, rugby is way cooler than
Right,
football,
we've
but
got rugby. It's funny because football, you've got your football, you've got soccer, you've got rugby, you've got union, and also Australian rules football. So every time someone says football, it's
yeah,
like, all right,
you got
what are we
all of them.
talking?
Yeah, I gotta be specific. But yeah, so originally I was a football player, and a bunch of my brother and his friends, they were all training MMA, and this was kind of, I was pretty young. I was probably 14, 13, yeah, 12, 13. And in the off season of football, all I did was really go to the beach, surf every day after school, and I got fat in the off season, So, and football was always going to be my primary sport, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play college football, and I knew I was talented enough to, maybe even make it further in college football, and but I mean, obviously it didn't work out, but yeah, so my brother was actually like, hey, you should come and train with us in the off season and, learn how to fight. You can protect yourself. It'll complement football, footwork, all that stuff. You stay in shape. You just get fat, go to the beach every day and eat poke. But yeah, it kind of found me, I guess you could say. It just worked out. Like football was so bad on my body. I got a lot of injuries, and after high school, I started doing it more and more often. Played a little bit of college and semi-pro football. Almost went and played in Canada, but I got hurt again and went right back to training MMA once I got healthy again. And yeah, I just kind of fell in love with it. I actually ended up being kind of decent to start, so I ran with it. I was like, maybe I'll get better at this, And well, here I am.
Which is funny because it's kind of like the regular occurrence, right? Like, I had Sam Goodman on, who's a boxer, an Australian boxer, and the same thing. He
Uh
was a
huh.
football player, and he did it to stay in shape during the off season, and then he's now a
Yep.
boxer. Um, Jamie Malarkey, you know Jamie Malarkey, obviously
Yep.
Australian, now in the UFC. Same story. He was like, I started doing MMA to keep fit during the off season.
Hmm.
And then the last one was Dave Francis that I had, same thing. And he was getting to the point, when I stopped him and I was like, hey, let me guess, you did this to stay fit? And he's like, mate, you need to get new guests, right? He's like, you need to get new guests because it's like a running theme. I mean, even when you look at
Yeah.
Alex Volkanovski, right? He's an
Oh, he was a
but
monster.
he's an ex-football player. So it's
Yep.
weird that, like, I just find that a lot of, you know, these mixed martial artists are converting across from football specifically, and I guess they're both contact sports, but like,
Yeah.
it's just
I
a
I
it's a
think
running
football is
theme.
the best converted. Sorry.
No, 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 it's good.
I think football players are the best transfer athletes to MMA, just because football players are probably one of the most athletic beings on the planet, and they can do it all: agility, speed, strength. Like, I think that's why I do so well is because of all those traits, and I carry it over to what I'm doing.
And have you ever seen our football? Like when I say rugby, like have you ever seen that? Because I know that most
Yeah, yeah.
people, they're like, I can't believe you guys do this without pads and stuff. Like, what's your opinion of our game?
I'm all about it. I like all the contact. I play defense, so like pads or no pads, someone was getting a lick, and playing rugby, like all the boys, we used to play at the park, pickup games in the off season too. Like we'd just be like, hey, let's go round up 15 guys, go play, or 16 guys play 8-on-8, and just go and smack each other at the park with no pads. Like it wasn't a big deal. I was all for it.